Hi, I'm Terry Quinton with Q2 Marketing Group. We're here this afternoon at Access 2016 with one of the signature sponsors, Energy Future Holdings and Heather Herndon-Wright. So Heather, welcome.
Thank you very much. We're excited to be a title sponsor this year, a signature sponsor.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about your day job, what it is you do.
So I'm Director of Supplier Diversity at Energy Future Holdings. In that role, it's my job to make sure that we have the maximum opportunities for our diverse suppliers, including our MBEs, and really looking at where we can grow our existing suppliers as well as identify new suppliers to include in our supply chain.
Amazing, amazing. You all have a long-standing history of a wonderful program, and you have been there how long?
I've been there for almost 7 years now, longest
Wow.
I've ever been anywhere, but I'm very grateful to have an opportunity to work with this company. Just the corporation itself, the corporate culture, the individuals that we work with are so committed to the value of supplier diversity. It's something that we have to do, it's something that we get to do. So I'm blessed to be in this role.
So what do you attribute your successes to?
I really do think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're very business driven. It's got to be the best, most qualified, capable, and competitive solution to a situation that we have, a need that we have. And we're very fortunate to have organizations like the DFW Minority Council to be able to identify companies that can meet those needs. And we're very blessed to also have incredible executive level support. I've been with many companies that have executive level support. They have policy statements at the highest level. They're part of their website. It's wonderful. We have executive level participation. They actually show up. They come to events like this, and as you know, Colin Carell, our CPO, gave the sponsor remarks today. John Young, our CEO, is on the cover of MBN Texas talking about this event. So we've been very blessed to have across the board, across the C-suite, actual participation and attendance at events like this.
And you all have a really unique best practice, at least I think it's unique and would love to see more corporations do it, but you have a senior advisory supplier diversity. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We do. So a few years ago, we went to our CEO and told him that we felt like we needed an advisory council. We have a supplier diversity committee that's made up of all our supply chain leads and business leads, which is fantastic. We need that to really drill down into the company. But we told him we'd like to have an advisory council that we would be able to come and report out to at least a couple of times a year, get direction at a more strategic level. And he said, well, I'll step up to chair it and I will have all my direct reports be that advisory council. So it's John Young, our CEO, Matt McFarland, the CEO of Luminant, Jim Burke, the CEO of TXU Energy, our CFO, our Executive Vice President of HR and Administration, Carrie Kirby.
Right.
I try to get the right level. And so at that level, we literally will report out once or twice a year. I also just got through reporting out to our board of directors, the Organizational Compensation Committee.
Wonderful.
So we report to them once a year on what our activities are in supplier diversity.
One, it should make a real difference. I know sometimes we hear from supplier diversity professionals that it is so hard to spread the word about supplier diversity, but when you start with the C-level, they truly get it.
Well, and it's so broad across the company, because a lot of times you have the top level support, you have the bottom level is that thick middle that you can't get past. Because I think of the depth of the level of support we have down into the director and manager levels, it really does soak through the entire corporate culture.
Wonderful. So I know you give great advice because I've listened to you talk a few times. So what would you advise MBEs who are trying to do business with EFH?
So a couple of things. One of the key things from just a cold call sourcing, we're trying to find you, is when you do your business description in your certification affidavit, put everything that you do. We know you're the high quality, sustainable, excellent customer service. We assume that, or you wouldn't be wanting to do business with us. We want to see exactly what you do. So be very descriptive in your business description on every single element that you can provide, whether it's a type of product, other types of certifications you have, if you're a Microsoft Gold supplier or certified Platinum, whatever. Those are the things we need to see, because as our sourcing managers go in to source, we use Embasys to source our MBEs. That's what they're going to be looking for. So be sure, first of all, that you have a very good, adequate description of what you do. Secondly, contact your supplier diversity professional, whatever company it is. Target the companies that you want to do business with, know their business, and then get in touch with that supplier diversity professional. I like to say there are 3 types of supplier diversity professionals out there. There's the gatekeeper that will keep you out, you don't get in unless you go through them. There's the referral service that will give you a whole list of phone numbers and names that you can call and contact, none of which will ever call you back because they've given it to 27,000 other people. And then there are your true advocates, which I think we are very blessed in the Dallas-Fort Worth market to have a lot of those, where we'll take the time to get to know your business, understand where to send you. So what we like to do is have the diverse suppliers first send us an email with the whatever marketing materials, capability statement they may have, and then a list of current or recent contracts with a description of what they are, so we can get a feel for your sweet spot and what your size and scale is. Then we're able to advocate internally for you, make sure we get your information to the appropriate people inside the company, or let you know there's no opportunity. You know, as one of the things we talk about is, I may not buy red high-heeled shoes, but I know somebody probably who does over at JCPenney. So the more information that you can give us to help you, then the better we'll be.
And Energy Future Holdings actually is three companies at least. So can you tell us a little bit about the difference between Luminet and TXU Energy, just for the audience?
Yeah, I can tell you. So Energy Future Holdings is a parent company. We have business services that are shared across many. We have responsibility for that. Then Luminet is our power generation company. So literally we've got a nuclear power plant in Glen Rose, Texas. We've got 5 lignite coal plants along with the associated lignite coal mines. A lot of people don't know that we mine coal in Texas, but we do. We surface mine that. And then reclamation projects that are included with that, because we will put the land back better than we found it. So we have a lot of environmental reclamation around that in addition to the power generation.
Right.
Everything from the substation outside the power plant all the way up to the smart meter on your home or business, that's Encore. They're the transmission distribution business. Right. And then everything past that that's customer facing, all of the marketing, all of the billing, all of the customer service is going to come from TXU Energy, our retail electric provider. So Energy Future Holdings, Luminet and TXU Energy are all competitive. Right. And so that's the area that I represent. Encore is a regulated entity and they operate completely separately. So even though they're part of our family of companies, they have their own board of directors, they have their own supply chain, and they can't officially communicate with us because they can't be perceived as giving us an unfair competitive advantage.
Sure.
So while we work very closely with them on many things, officially we're totally separate companies.
So I know you started out kind of in the telecommunications world. You tell us a little bit about your background and how that's helping you do your job today.
Okay, well, I've been very fortunate to be on many sides of the business community. Actually started out in the public sector with DFW Airport Board, so some quasi joint public-private venture there, and worked in their DBE certification initiative. Then went from there over to the nonprofit sector, actually with the Women Business Council Southwest. So worked on the nonprofit side in the staff space, and then from there went to the corporate company with Fujitsu Network Communications, and then on to Lucent. Then I actually left and decided to do my own thing as a certified American Indian woman-owned business. Did that for about 3 years, and then ultimately when this position opened up with Energy Future Holdings, out of all of that, which I've enjoyed and learned a lot from all of it, I really enjoy the corporate position. I really enjoy it. So I was very excited. I have a bunch of grandbabies here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm not leaving. So I was very excited to have the opportunity to come back to the corporate side and work for Energy Future Holdings.
We're happy to have you there too. So Energy Future Holdings has kind of a legacy program it's been around for a number of years, and it had a great leader. You step in as the new leader and the new face. What kind of new changes or what things have you concentrated on since you've been in the position?
We're adding some new focuses, at least in 2016. We are absolutely committed to continuing the legacy. Cheryl Stevens has set up a phenomenal program with phenomenal results. And we've grown a lot of MBEs that have been partners with us for 25 years. Right. Fred Moses and Telecom Electric is one of them. So we are continuing to do that. We've implemented a pre-qualification initiative. We have a growth and capacity building initiative. We're continuing to grow our multi-tier initiative as well. So all that's going to stay in place. But for 2016, and in the spirit of the political environment that we're in, we have a 4-point program.
Okay.
And it's starting with Be the Message, which we are today, where we will continue to do the things that we do to grow and develop our minority-owned businesses. Then we want to brand that message. We've not ever really taken it and branded it, especially with the other things that we're doing in diversity at EFH. So we have a great workforce diversity initiative. We have a fantastic community relations outreach organization that works with the minority chambers, that works with a lot of the community organizations. And then of course we have our marketing, all of our marketing activities that we do, and with our Hispanic markets and other things of that nature. So we're going to work on branding that message this year and really trying to put a cohesive plan together on how we can then deliver the message. So be the message, brand the message, and then deliver the message, so that we're proactively pushing out some of the success stories that we're doing instead of waiting for our state legislators to ask us what we're doing, or the community organizations to say, what are you doing in this particular space? We're going to start pushing those messages out. So this YouTube may be one of those that we'll use, that we'll send out on a regular basis. And then finally, we're going to capitalize on that message. So as you know, we've got TXU Energy here at the Marketing Pavilion. We are big proponents of buy those that buy us.
Yes.
So we are really hoping this year we're going to be able to capitalize on that with some formal go-to-market strategies with TXU Energy, and see how can we look at the minority business space and ask for that business. And at the same time work with our corporate buying entity members to say, all right, we have a strong diversity initiative, we support the same thing that you do, we would like to have an opportunity to bid on your business Pepsi or on your business Toyota. And we've been successful in getting some of those proposals in. So that's our focus.
Fantastic, because we believe and buy those that buy us, and really you all are in the space. So one other thing that you have done and you've been a leader in, I mean you've led in some, is the Dallas-Fort Worth MSDC's MBE CEO Academy. That's a mouthful, but MBE CEO Academy, you were our first buying entity to step up and say, I can do that. So tell us a little bit about what you did.
So kind of going back to that high-level executive support from every department within our company, our HR organization is very involved and engaged in developing our diverse communities, both in our workforce and in our suppliers. So we have a lot of internal training that we have in place. One is in hiring the best. We have an internal recruitment team that's great. As you know, it costs a lot more to recruit someone than it does to retain someone. So what we did was we sat down and looked at, from our list, met with you and Margot, looked at the list of potential offerings that we had, and felt like that was the one that would give the most value to our MBEs for in 2015. So we had a 3-session course that was about between 2 and 4 hours. So the first session I think was 4 hours, second was 2, the last one was 4, over a 3-week period. And we're able to share with our MBEs, the MBE CEOs, some of the practices for hiring the best. So we had our Vice President of Sales come in. We had one of our Vice Presidents of our plant region, so all different types of individuals that you would want to hire, come in and talk about how they go about recruiting and hiring these folks. And then of course at the end, we were fortunate to have John Young, our CEO, and Carrie Kirby, our EVP of HR and Administration, come and present those certificates for graduation and completion, and then stay and network with some of the graduates as well.
Well, you know, I applaud you as the co-chair of that effort, and you did a fantastic job and have set the bar kind of high for those other corporations that want to step in.
We're eager to do it again.
And we're eager to have you do it
So as soon as you're ready, we will identify it and do it again.
So you have your team here at Access, your signature sponsor, you have a wonderful program. What do you hope to achieve today while you're here at Access?
We've got a broad base of supply chain professionals that are here, from our power plant to our TXU Energy side to our administration and shared services in the IT space. So we're hopeful. We've got several one-on-ones set up. We're also doing roundtables all day, and we've got several people at the booth. So we're hoping we're going to cover everybody here, that we will have gotten a chance to meet everybody and see where we actually have some opportunities. The beautiful thing about the one-on-one matchmakers that we do here is our buyers go in and actually select companies, again, based on that business description that I talked about, companies they think they're going to have opportunities for in the next 10 to 12 months. And that's who they're meeting with today. So we had, I think, 7 different one-on-ones set up, and several different, all of our roundtables throughout the day. So hopefully we will come out with some suppliers that will actually be able to introduce and pre-qualify. And then of course there's always those that we know and love dearly that we get to just continue to build that relationship with. And as we have new supply chain professionals come on board, we bring them to this as well, so they get to start building those relationships.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know you got plenty to do here.
We're running.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. And thank you again. Our session with Heather Herndon-Wright, Energy Future Holdings. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.